Welcome back to another episode of Robinson Custom Fab and Woodworking. On this video series we're going to build a stand-up paddleboard out of wood. So here's my SolidWorks model for the paddleboard. I've created 14 sketches and then lofted them together to create the curves of the board. Now what you're seeing here, this is just the skeleton. There's going to be a 1/4 inch skin around the entire board. So I'll actually suppress this. So there's what my skeleton's going to look like. I've only drawn half of the ribs and then mirrored them on the other side, so you can imagine what it would look like full. So that's my skeleton there. And then I'll put these on hide for now. And there you go. Unsuppress. So that's what the board's going to look like. So here, this is my Strongback. It's made out of two 2x6s and then one other 2x6 to make the actual Strongback pieces here, and some 2x4s in the middle. Now you can see here I have a solid chunk of wood that will be shaped on the front and the back, and the space there is because that's where that skin's going to be coming right along and butting up in there, and that's a 1/4 inch rabbet there. So that will give you the overall shape of the board. It's 10 feet long, 30.5 inches wide, and approximately 3.5 inches deep. And the actual shape of it, I just used a spline to come up with that. So I think it's going to be pretty neat, and stick around and watch the rest of this series. It's going to be a challenge, that's for sure. I've never built anything like this, but we'll do it one piece at a time. I should also mention that we're going to be using my CNC machine to plot the ribs of this board on a 1:1 scale, and here's the sketch I have set up for that. This is just a 38 or 34 by 34 1/4 inch sheet of plywood. And then my sketches have been copied and pasted on there from the model. And then my CNC machine will have a pen, and we'll just plot this out 1:1. So we're down in the shop now. I've taken the router out of the CNC machine, and as you can see, I put the plywood there, just a 1/4 inch birch bark, 28 bucks a sheet at Turkstra. I made this dowel here, a hole on the end, so I just turned that on the lathe. And what I have here is the marker, just a 7/16 hole. Marker presses in there, and then we can put that into this. So I have it temporarily clamped there for now, and as this machine goes up and down, that marker's gonna, or this contraption's gonna act like a human hand. There we go. It's gonna work out pretty well, I think. So here's the Strongback. You can see what kind of form we're after here. Just a slight, we're heading up to the front here. Just a slight increase to the front. And then we're flat in here through the middle, and then we just slightly, gradually go back up at the back. So I just ripped this 2x6 on the table saw. This is a 5-degree slope here, another 5-degree here, and as you work your way down, this is going to go to 4-degree, 4-degree, 3-degree, 3-degree, and that just, when we clamp this, the deck onto the, or I should say the bottom onto the ribs, It's going to make a nice clamping surface. It's not just going to be touching. If that was a 90, it'd just be touching on the very edge. Right? You can imagine if this was a 90 coming off here, it'd only be touching on this corner. So this will help us for clamping. Now for these longer pieces, these are about 4.5 inches. I've gotten away with just taking a 2x2 here and screwing it into here, coming from this way and that way, and that just makes this nice and sturdy. And I've done that for the first 5 or 6 of them, and then as we go we can just screw right down through the top. But you can get away with whether it be 3 2x6 by 10 feet long and 2 2x8s. If you have some scrap laying around, you can finish this easily. So I just had enough to finish that.